Here they are for the 10th. One is JB's El Cid, underleased to Angela Barker with Justin Hall. 2 is Good Allegris, owned by Stephen Watkins with David Myers. 3, Yammer Yank, owned by Chemier and Momentport. Trent Tharps drives. 4 is out. 5, Downwind Penske, owned by Arthur Gillum with Chip Noble driving. 6, One Step at a Time, owned by Connie Peterman with Terry Groves. 7 is VANKRUZ, owned by Tommy Lee Smith with Brad Henners. 8, Let's Do It Now, owned by Horner Racing Stables, Brian Sears in the bike. And the 9 is Mountain Alvin, owned by Stidham and Rafferty, Rocky Stidham. 6 minutes. Lining up in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off. One Step at a Time is out for the lead with Let's Do It Now from the far outside. Good Allegris is driving through between horses, and VANKRUZ is there from 3 wide. JB's El Cid gets away in 5th, 2.5 lengths clear of Yammer Yak in 6th. And then it's 2 more, and we come to Downwind Penske, and Mountain Alvin is the early trailer. Sorting themselves out as they race to the top of the stretch. Good Allegris leads by 3 parts of a length from 3 wide. Let's Do It Now in a second. One Step at a Time takes a tuck in 3rd. JB's El Cid is 4th. VANKRUZ is well off the early pace, racing in 5th, and the opening quarter was in 28-1. Passing the stands for the first time, and this is Let's Do It Now, showing the way for Brian Sears. 13-1 long shot leads it by a length in 3 parts. Tracked by the favorite Good Allegris in 2nd. One Step at a Time is 3rd. JB's El Cid 4th. VANKRUZ swings to the outside from 5th, giving cover to Yammer Yak in 6th. And then it's Downwind Penske, and Mountain Alvin has trailed throughout. 10 lengths separate front to back. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Let's Do It Now leads Good Allegris by a deuce. VANKRUZ on the outside. One Step at a Time is hemmed. Second over Yammer Yak. JB's El Cid is 4th back at the rail, followed by Downwind Penske and Mountain Alvin, 59-1. 31 on the second split down the backstretch. Let's Do It Now leads a length and a quarter. VANKRUZ is boldly moving up on the outside, 2nd, followed by Good Allegris, who's in the pocket racing in 3rd. Yammer Yak gaps the cover 4th. One Step at a Time is 5th. Outside, that's Downwind Penske in 6th. Mountain Alvin launching a 3 wide bid with 7 to make up. JB's El Cid is last in 129 flat. Around to the top of the stretch, and Brad Henners and VANKRUZ take over the lead. They open up by 2.5 lengths. On the outside, Yammer Yak is moving into 2nd. Let's Do It Now is dropping back 3rd. Mountain Alvin on the extreme outside, along with JB's El Cid on the far outside as they drive through the stretch. VANKRUZ by 3.5 lengths. Mountain Alvin is closing in. JB's El Cid on the far outside. Good Allegris at the rail, but it's VANKRUZ on top. 4 on the night for Henners. VANKRUZ wins it by 2. Then it looked like Mountain Alvin over JB's El Cid and Good Allegris 4th. 10th race is now official. Back in the winner's circle is VANKRUZ, 7th win on the season. 12-year-old bay gelding by Vance Hanover out of the out-to-win mare Kim. Owned and trained by Tommy Lee Smith of Lebanon. Brad Henners with 4 wins on the night, 159-2. 7-9 exact to 2380. Super 7912, 1003-1180. 3 of 3 in the pick, 372.20. Rundown for the 10th. JB's El Cid was 3rd. Good Allegris 4th. Yammer Yak finished 6th. Frantic Frenzy was scratched. Downwind Penske 8th.